friends of the Northern Entertainment, welcome to another episode of ETS2 multiplayer. And not on... oh, well, yes, online, obviously online, but just me driving from Plymouth to Hamburg. And, well, just see what happens, I guess. We'll just all relaxed, gonna cruise on down the highway here and gonna spend some time together in the cab of my MAN. And yeah, just see where life takes us here. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna talk about because that was rather spontaneous that I decided to record, and I don't know why, but I just wanted to get into a multiplayer game and just drive my truck. And I just finished editing an Emergency 5, so... what are you doing there, buddy? It's always interesting because if you have with real people, you never know how they react, right? You could stay in his lane, maybe he's coming over. I don't know why he's on that side of the road though, because we are in the UK, and thus you should drive over on the left side of the road. But oh well, it is what it is. I still wonder what Buddy is doing there. Well, if you don't want to go, then... and we are just hauling a very, I don't know, very very boring load, so to say. It's, as you can see, it's a straight curtain trailer. There's nothing special about it whatsoever. So now we're just going here on the highway and driving down the roads, and as I told you guys, I was thinking about getting American mods in the single player again and whatnot, and especially now that I had to start all over. That would have been maybe the right decision, but on that same token, it's not that long anymore to ATS, I hope. But yeah, the Scandinavia DLC is coming here right away, and I also, one of the admins here on the multiplayer server talked to me yesterday when I had the live stream, and he said I should really try the pro mods out, and so I'm gonna give that a try. I never tried the pro mods. I tried the TSM map, as you guys know, and I've seen quite a bit of the TSM, and the TSM is pretty amazing, but everybody keeps telling me, oh no, you really have to try the the pro mods, because apparently they are so much closer to reality and whatnot. So I guess we'll just try it out and see how it goes. And then of course today, Monday, you see also I don't know how I get from trying the Pro Mods map to EM5, but anyways, this one is the first video of the day. Now if you watch this, then maybe you're gonna watch the second video of the day as well. What in the... why? Interesting. Anywho, that guy makes me very uneasy there, but whatever. We just deal with it. No, but what I wanted to say was my second video of the day is going to be a mod spotlight for Emergency 5, and no, it's not a new iteration of the light modification, because that one is on hold since CFD is working hardcore on the Red Watch modification for EM4. But what I did get is version 1.0 of the Dutch modification, which is the first modification that changes how pretty much everything looks apparatus-wise, as well as uniform-wise on the ambulance side and on the police side of things. And so we're gonna have a look at that. And yeah, I invite you to watch that video as well. And of course on this here, like if you like the video, dislike if you dislike the video. Please let me know what you dislike so that can be changed next time. And other than that, yeah, I don't know, what else can we talk about? Well, we are very close to 19,000 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for that. Uh-oh. So the highway ends currently. That's gonna be interesting then. Coastline. Buddy, remember we have to drive on the wrong side of the road. Wow, I'm so worried when people come down here, and well, most of the guys are probably from mainland Europe, so yeah. Oh well. That guy, just by the name there, Duddle Panda, I would assume duddling in Germany or in German is a slang term, or yeah, you could say a slang term for playing. So I would assume that this gentleman was from Germany, or at least from a German-speaking country, but that's of course just assumption. I don't know why it is so darn relaxing to just drive a truck down the road. I enjoy doing that. I enjoy listening to the humming of the engine, and I did enjoy that when I did that real life. I mean, trucking for me was less of a job. It was more of just having a pretty darn good time. And then, okay, well, the not so good time was when you were standing outside loading a truck at minus 40 degrees. But I mean, you take the good with the bad, right? But overall, driving in Canada is so relaxed compared to driving in Europe, because you have just this vast landscape that you drive through. It's amazing. And I mean, yeah, it's so completely different from driving in Europe. It's hard to describe if you never been in Europe. If you never drove on those roads, you will not quite understand that. But it's just so different, and I loved it. I mean, as long as I could do it, I loved it. I do love my new job too, don't get me wrong, or my job that I have now, don't get me wrong, but driving was fun. But of course, there's also then the thing, once you have family, and being all the time on the road is not the best thing. I mean, now with my job, I'm home every night. I see the kids grow up, and I can play with them in the evening, and then of course I can make videos for you guys, which is not a small part either. And overall, I think I'm where I'm supposed to be here in life right now. Trucking was fun while it lasted, and it was a good time. Don't get me wrong. As I said, I enjoyed every minute of it, except maybe when I broke my leg. But then again, if I wouldn't have broken my leg, I probably never would have gotten the job that I'm in now, and subsequently probably never had the time to start making any videos, and subsequently of that never would have been where I am right now with my channel. So is that my light or is that his light? No, it's his lights. I don't have my beacons on, I don't think. But yeah, there's just it's so interesting how things in life work out for you. It's amazing how really just 1 second of not paying attention causes an accident, and this accident then really in the end changes the whole life to the better, don't get me wrong. But in that moment when this bad thing happens to you, I guess this is kind of where I'm getting at with this. And as I said, this is really just me randomly talking while we are driving to Hamburg, because it is just well, I have to talk to to keep it somewhat interesting. You guys probably otherwise fall asleep right away. I don't know what's the speed limit here. 80? Probably. Well, let's slow her down then a little bit. There we go. All right, that worked. But I guess where I'm going with this story is just for everybody. If something bad happens to you, you know, there's this dumb saying: if life gives you lemons, make lemonade. But you know what? It's not so dumb after all if you think about it, because sometimes really the things that happen to you, they are not happen to you; they happen for you. It's just obstacles in life. You know, they can either make you stumble or you step on them and you grow. And I think that's one of the things that you really can take away from that all is, if something goes wrong in life, then really it is either you let it trip you, or you just say, okay, well, it sucks, but we're just gonna go through it and come better out on the other side, because there's this other proverb, and I'm just full of good advice today. I don't know what's going on, but there's this other thing, and that talks about that good steel is made in hot fire, and that's very true. I do believe that's true for a character. I mean, if you never face adversity in any way, shape, or form, then, well, for one thing, you never know how to handle adversity if you ever face it, and second, I think it can make you a better person, personally. Especially if we think, you know, everybody's talking these days about bullying, and don't get me wrong, I'm not diminishing that in any way, shape, or form, but I was bullied in school, and I was bullied quite a bit. And you, buddy, just messed up, I think. Unless you had to go down there. In which case, you didn't mess up. No, they are coming back on the... Yep, that's what I thought. But anywho, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna stay here on the middle lane, because those seem to all just veer off into nowhere. But no, I was bullied when I was little, absolutely, and I was bullied quite a bit, because you might not believe that, but I was very small. I was one of the smallest guys in my class. I was somewhat little bit, well, maybe not so little actually, overweight. My mom had me run around with this terrible haircut, and I had super big glasses. I mean, let's think about it, the 80s. Yeah, of course I had super big glasses. And overall, yeah, I was just the perfect victim, I guess, for my peers anyway. To the point that I would come into class in the morning, and the first thing that would happen is somebody would hit me straight in the face. Up until one day when I finally had enough, and that was when I was 15, I think. And I just... yeah, well, how shall we say it? I redecorated the classroom a little bit. A couple of tables were flying, a couple of chairs were flying, and I ended up what turned out to be in the end, or what in later years would become my best buddy. I took his backpack and redecorated that a little bit, or remodeled it, I should say, because yeah, it was quite interesting. But that was the end of bullying for me. But on that same token, I think the adversity and whatnot that I faced there made me, in the end, a better person. I mean, I learned very, very soon in life that you have to fight for what you want, and you have to... I mean, life is not always candy and the land of milk and honey. It's just... sometimes you have to just pull your pants up and... yeah, do what you want to do. I mean, that's kind of like this red line that went through my whole life. is I don't even know why I'm talking about this stuff right now, but I guess we got to talk about something while we're driving here through the UK. But it's I mean, look at later. Then I was in the army. Army was not easy. You have to buckle down there and you have to put your big boy pants on. There's nobody there that holds your hand. Then and then of course in the end going to Canada from Germany. I mean, everybody was telling me, oh yeah, no, you can't do that and it will never happen. I mean, I said when I was 16, and if you are if you speak German, then and you listen to the other ETS where I drove with Clicky and with the Soxen Let's Player, I talked about there too. I mean, I was 16 and I said, okay, Germany is just not for me. There's something missing. There has to be something more in life than what Germany can offer me. And everybody was just like, oh yeah, well, whatever. Just shut up and do as you're told and don't worry and all these things, and you don't know what you're talking about. And I heard it all. But I knew there was something more. And then I came to Canada for the first time and it felt like coming home. And at that point I knew, when I came back to Germany, I knew that Canada is where I am supposed to be. This is my final destination, quote unquote. And well, I worked hard. Was it easy? No, absolutely not. I went through I went through tough times here in Canada too in the beginning, and there is no doubt about it. And I could have just yeah, thanks, buddy. I could have just given up and leave it be, but I didn't. I went through these adverse conditions, and I think they made me a better person again.